He was a Cowboy. He was a Bill. He was a Stamp.
Champion.
He is a Rider. But over top of all of it, a sweet boy.
He is a sweet boy. Let's welcome to the show.
Head coach of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Corey Mace. Macer.
What's happening?
Well, we're sitting here, and I did a little, I did my deep dive Corey Mace homework this morning. I got to just brush up. You're still a young buck. You're turning 40 this year.
Well, look at that. I mean, I don't dye my beard like Pinder. That's a dead giveaway.
What are we?
The grays in there. Yeah.
That's Regina stress on Mace right there.
That's coaching right there. You should do a podcast for 2 hours a day. You'd have half those grays probably.
Wow, you're probably right. I don't know, man. The kids drive me nuts too. So it's
U.S. presidents and being coach of the Riders. Nothing stresses people out more. Well, it's good to see you, man. How's life?
Well, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Life's good.
Life's lovely, man. On bit of a bye week here, so office hours aren't as long as a regular day, but you're just you're still plugging away.
Yeah,
this is the problem with these coaches. They get a bye week, which literally should be a vacation. They're like, oh, I'll just work a little bit less. You're insane, Mace. You guys are all workaholics.
I tried to leverage a little bit here. I took a couple boys trips in the off season. The wife was getting on me, so I let her go. She's out in Houston right now by herself, so I got the kids. So I'm leveraging each day is a boys trip for me in the off season. So she's been gone 3 days. So I can't wait to line these up.
I got to get this guy negotiating for me.
Man.
He's smart. He's organized. You're everything we're not, Mace. I tell you.
That's rough. Well, what are you doing on the bye week? Well, probably sitting at home because my wife's leaving town and I got to babysit.
Yeah. Well, it's good though. The kids are in school and stuff like that. So, I get a bit of free time, but I'm not going to tell the wife that it's been pretty smooth sailing. I'm telling her it's hard. So,
yeah, you're grinding now.
Give me some brownie points.
So you've obviously been a head coach. Is it exactly what you thought it was going to be? Are there more challenges? Is it more stressful? Because I feel like your D coordinators, offense guys, most guys want to end up being a head coach. Is this dream come true type stuff?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is, I don't know if you guys have been here and check out the digs like this. We're spoiled here. This is the best. To me, it's the best gig in this sport in the country. It's everything that I thought it was as far as, representing this team in this province. Just you're in a place that people love this freaking team and love this sport, which is awesome. It validates all the work for you. But, pressure and all that, I don't know. I think you kind of put that on yourself no matter where the hell you're doing it. But, man, it's been awesome. It's been everything. There's definitely learning lessons in your first year and even now into the second year, just, stuff that you think you're prepared for. And then, shit kind of just pops up and you got to, train through it. Right. So, man, it's been sensational, man. I freaking love this place.
When did you know you were going to pursue coaching? Because, playing careers aren't long and, you would have come up with guys in the NFL and CFL and they're there and then suddenly poof, they're not. And in the next chapter of their lives. I remember early in your coaching career when I think you were running the defensive line or something like that bye weeks, you'd be zipping down to the States to go sit with other coaches. Off season, you'd be in on meetings with collegiate and NFL guys. Like, it's clearly been an itch you've had recently, but did you always know that this was a path you'd want to take?
No, I thought about it through my playing time, especially there in Calgary, unfortunately my body gave out on me, a lot of injuries there. So try to make myself useful instead of just stealing checks. You know what I mean? So just trying to help out a little bit.
What the hell are you talking about?
Very different than us.
We've been working for years to try and find a way to steal money.
Oh yeah. So now certainly, yeah. The CSEC, they cut the check for about 3 years of no work for me. So, yeah, man, I kind of thought, just as I was getting older, just helping the young bucks coming in and stuff like that. I took pride in seeing them make plays when I couldn't, and my whole life has been dedicated to football. And I tried, in Calgary, I tried to jump around with the boys in the oil and gas field, and I was like, it's just not for me, man, So I had planned. I talked to Huff, and when I was retiring in 2015, I said, I'm going to go down to Wyoming, back to the alma mater, and see if I can jump on as a graduate assistant coach. And And him and Dickey was taking over at the time, and they said, Huffer said, "Hey, well, what about coaching D-line here?" I said, "Well, shit, I just retired. I'm going to be coaching my boys." He said, "Yeah, man, you got 24 hours." He said, "Actually, you got less because I just told you that fucking a minute ago." So Huffer didn't give me much time to think, and I ended up staying in Calgary to do it, and the rest is history, man. It's been awesome. I'm gonna do this until they kick me out.
So are you part of the Huffnagel coaching tree or the Dickinson? How does that work?
So technically, I'd say, I always put love to the Huffer because that's my guy. He was my coach, but truthfully, he was in the building and still is often. But I'm part of the Dickinson inaugural staff. So I'm in the Dickey coaching tree, the Dinwiddie coaching tree. Yeah, man, it's been pretty cool, man. A lot of great coaches came out of Calgary and now spread out throughout the league.
I often wonder because it's football and emotions run high and that, and I watch a guy now like Mike Vrabel. It's like no one's gonna fuck around with Mike Vrabel, right? I mean, if it comes right down to it, do you guys want to go out there? Because if we need to, we can get in the dirt and we can do this. I feel like you've kind of got a bit of that. Say, listen, do we need to go out there? This is how it's gonna friggin' be, or do you have to kind of? We were pumping our chests up early. Do you have to kind of do some of these sometimes? Like, hey. Fucking remember who I used to be, boy.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunately in this day and age, all the kids got to do is just jump on the old Google machine there and see that I wasn't shit, So that's the unfortunate part. I can pump my chest as much as I want, but they can deflate that shit pretty quick. But
Coach played 2 games. Some bullshit.
But hey, man, it's cool though. What I do think is, our staff here tried to hire a bunch of guys that coached the position they played, and I think for the most part we all relate to the guys and we understand. It's easy to put shit on paper and just say, hey, this is how it's got to be, but you can identify with some of the mistakes they're making and how they see it. So I think from that standpoint, it certainly helps. But yeah, man, I try not to show too much of my tape and embarrass myself, amongst these guys or to stop listening.
We've kind of talked about it, half joking and that, but certainly it's worse with football. And it's talking about what time the coaches get to the rink or get to the building in the morning and what time they leave. And you see in the NFL, the coaches will see their family for about half an hour after the game Sunday night. It's okay. Well, we'll see you next Sunday. That's about it. Is that truly how? Because I feel like if you don't go to that level, well, how bad do you want it? Because Belichick comes in at 5. Well, you got to be here at 4:30. Oh, he's 4:30. Well, I'll be here at 4. I mean, is it? I don't get it. Is football that sophisticated in that kind of a game where the coaches need to be in there from 4A till midnight every day during the season?
I think it's to each your own. To be honest, I think that started back in the day where coaches were cutting up VHSs or whatever fuck kind of film that was. So now we got everything at our fingertips, but I think the mentality still is the same. I'll get here maybe 5:15, and there's a couple coaches already in here in the 4-somethings. But what I will say is was big for myself was trying to get away from that. I want these guys to spend as much time as possible with their families. So if the sacrifice is to get your ass here early so that you can go home and have dinner or supper as they call it here with their family, what I'm saying, then let's do that. But there are some guys who their families live back stateside and they ain't got nothing else to do in Regina, so they're just like, hey man, I'm just going to continue to plug away. And it depends on who you are, man. Sometimes you do paralysis by analysis. You get so much time in, you're overlooking stuff. And sometimes keeping it simple is the hardest thing to do, and realizing that, that play call changes depending on who's doing it, right? If you got good players or whatever, man, you might not have to be so complicated, right? So I think it takes sometimes good coaches to have that wherewithal. Players win games, coaches assist in that. That's my opinion anyway.
You heard what he said about the digs, so like where he's hanging out. I think that's why they're in early. They've got, I'm sure there's
coffee machines, chefs, massage chairs.
Are you getting you're in the sauna? Yeah, sauna. So is that what, special teams meeting in the sauna?
Yeah. Well, no, trust me. I spend quite a few hours in the old sauna here. Players got one. We got one in the coach's office. It's my only form of cutting weight. It's not working, but I cut
it out.
The coach's office has its own sauna.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
So Toronto to Sask, you're going from, respectfully the market that just has the least amount
cares the least.
Yeah, despite being the biggest city in the country, to a place that is one of the smaller, if not smallest markets in the league, and people are the craziest. How different is your day-to-day life? Like if you're going to get a coffee in Toronto, someone says, hey, you're with the Argos. You'd be like, what? How do you know that? I imagine the opposite would be true. If someone didn't know you were in Regina, that might be weird.
Yeah, well, and here's what I'll preface it by saying, Regina specifically is whether you're the coach or you work at the local coffee shop, people are going to know you anyways. Like it's a town small enough where everybody kind of knows each other, and there's 1 degree of separation at max. But certainly, myself, it doesn't help that I drive around in a Ryder truck anyway. Like it's a dead giveaway. But I encourage the conversation.
It's not a dead giveaway because I was going to buy the Gainer the Gopher car. So
they brought that out last week, Retro. They had I seen it. My kids were standing in it, and I was like, it looks like a pile of shit or something. And they're standing out. They brought it back out, man. It's been around forever.
I still can't believe it. I mean,
fail on me.
You've spent a lot of money on practical jokes and just for like shit and giggles. I can't believe you didn't buy that car.
You should have.
And trust me, you are one of probably about 15,000 dudes driving around Regina with rider flags and logos on his truck.
This is
easier to blend in than you might think, pal.
Yeah, this is true, man. A lot of rider pride here, man. I love it though. I really do, man. This is the best place in the country for football, and it's not close.
So you used to be a man in red that would have to go in and face the green. You're on the opposite of now. I mean, and how different would it have been as a player versus this is a great rivalry when this league's at its best, and it feels like this year that's a hell of a rivalry. You're in first place, but they've gotten you twice in the season series. Like this kind of peak CFL when you get these markets at the top of the standings.
Yeah, no, and coming in as a player back in the day, it was the most hostile environment, but you loved it. It felt like guys who had college experience down south or even some NFL stadiums, like you get that vibe, just how in tune the crowd was. So you kind of like playing in those environments, and now getting that every week, and they're cheering for you. It's an awesome feeling, man. I'm just happy our players, our guys get to experience that. And get to show love back to the fan base. Truthfully, that's all we're trying to do, man, is just put out a product that represents this province and represents, the blue collar workmanship for everybody here, and just make the people proud to wear rock the logo, right? And I think we've done that to this point. And then certainly, talking about Calgary, they're having a resurgence, which is great for the league. The coaching staff, obviously, I know very well. Intelligent staff. They got some good players, man. They're playing their tails off. They play hard, and they got us twice. So, we'll see, the way things are going. Maybe there's a chance we see each other again, and we're going to have to figure that out. But they're a hell of a team. Like I said, good players, good coaches, man. It'll be a tall task, but it's CFL shit. You don't show up each week, you ain't getting a win. So, you got to prove it every week. And for us, we're sitting 10-3 right now. We got 5 more before the season's up, and we'll see where that lands.
10-3, and is that 2 losses to the Stamps?
2 of those, man.
2.
Yeah.
Well, and how many wins though? Against
to who?
Calgary.
Calgary's got 8 wins, I think.
No, I was just
he's messing with you, Mace. Don't fall in the trap.
It was such a good record. 10-3 is so impressive. I didn't really know 2 of those 3 against the Stampeders. I thought surely you'd have beat them once or twice. Let's go with those losses. Hey, you know what? Let's pivot. That was awkward. Sorry.
No.
How about them Buffalo Bills?
Well, yes, and we got to talk about the Bills and how much love is there in Ryderville for the Bills, because Jeremy O'Day from Lockport. You texted me when I was in Buffalo. You're like, he's from Lockport. I'm like, I'm in Lockport at my
I'm there right
wife's
now.
Grandma's place.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it's awesome. I mean, me and Jo, obviously, we keep a close eye on those guys. And for whatever reason, I think honestly too, like that fan base is very similar to this one. Just as far as, the identity of the team, obviously braving the cold and all that shit, stuff doesn't stop, man. Work's got to get done. I think both teams, we try to push that same message in how we play. But you'll see, Bills jerseys, Bills hats. And there was a kid down the street. I had the offensive players over at the house, you know, I had to pull up a little taco food truck for the boys to eat. Some kid ran down the street in a Rider jersey and a Bills hat. I said, come on, kid, come hang out, man. You know what I mean? Like, awesome.
What do you need? Yeah,
awesome.
The coach.
I don't know. Have you watched any of the Hard Knocks with the Bills this year?
I haven't gotten a chance to watch that. When I get maybe a little bit more time in the off season, I'll probably dig into it, man. But,
I just finally stumbled across it here in the last few days, and you get watching it, and not that you needed more reason, but I mean, Josh Allen, how don't you want this guy to? You're in Buffalo. They've never won. I mean, it's 4 straight Super Bowl, the whole thing, and he wears that, and he's the MVP. He's the face of that city, let alone the franchise. And he's a good guy. You can't help but want that for that guy.
I could go through the history of football. You couldn't place somebody in a perfect spot than having Josh in Buffalo. Are you guys there still or what?
Yeah, we just need to see your beautiful face.
Yeah,
we need the widescreen.
We're trying to steal some plays off the whiteboard. Actually,
no, trust me, that was last week. Those didn't work, so you're fine. Having Josh represent that team, man, it's perfect. I mean, similar to Buffalo, similar to Saskatchewan. Laramie, like Wyoming fan base is much of the same, man. Blue collared, whatever it takes to get shit done, do it the hard way. You know, back to his story of getting only one offer from the Pokes. Man, he is the perfect person to lead that team, and so badly I want that guy to have the success as a team. He's got the individual success, obviously. And who he married, and also being a pretty good football player. And then, team success. He can bring a Super Bowl there. I mean, that place is shutting down.
We're going.
Yeah. Are you going?
We are going if there's a Super Bowl.
I just told you now.
There's 4 of us on screen. When he says we, he's talking about 2 of the 4.
Listen, I told you, she's been gone 3 days. If all 3 of my days are at the Super Bowl, that counts.
I mean, and Brandon Bean, the work that he's done there, because we talk about hockey all the time here, you know that. And we get into the Sabres. Like, how are you ever going to fix the Sabres?
Mess.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills, it's the same city. It's a different sport and a different mentality. But, you get a guy like that, and then guys want to be around that, and you start to build and all of that. It's pretty amazing that it does. It feels like they're kind of knocking on the door, because I don't know. The Eagles are dominant, and it's 2 weeks, but they look a little bit different. It's not. They're kind of grinding wins out. The Chiefs look like they're off. I don't know who else.
The Chargers. Don't forget the Chargers, Pinder.
Right, yeah.
Let them know, Mace. They think you're just a Bills guy. You're a big Chargers guy. When did that start? Because you grew up on the West Coast. Is that how and spent some time there? Is that right?
Yeah, man. 1990, my family moved down to San Diego, and I had heard, or my dad had heard, that Junior Seau lived on Oceanside Beach. And they have like a memorial community center there for him. And I was like 4 or 5 years old, man. I just used to tackle the waves and just look back at any condos there, hoping Junior would see me and give me a contract, Yeah. So I've been a Chargers fan since I was about 4 or 5 years old. So incredible to see both those teams rolling.
Yeah, that's good. Love that.
Well, you've always been one of our favorite guys. You started the turkey trot deal here at Christmas, just for kind of this, just something we should do, and it grew into something massive, and you give back. You've kind of got that Buffalo small town feel to you anyway, so it all makes sense that you're enjoying life in Regina.
Oh man, it's been awesome, man, and I appreciate all the help you guys always supported. That initiative was incredible, and honestly, every time I go back, that's it's not even the stuff I did when I played or coached. Everybody wants to talk about the turkey. So the impact, man. It's kudos to you guys too, man. You really hooked it up there, so I appreciate you.
What was the top? Do you remember because I remember it started small. It's like, hey, do you mind if we'll come on the show and kind of, if we got a couple hundred turkeys, to help some families out, that'd be great. And then you needed semi trucks.
Yeah. It started. I think the first year we did 87, and we were like, that's huge.
Yes.
And then we were getting into thousands there, and it was like we need some more hands on deck here. This is getting out of control.
Frostbitten hands.
But no, it was fun, man. It helped out a lot of people. And then now here at Saskatchewan, just doing different initiatives here, and this team is incredible, giving back to the province, even before I got here. So also something that aligned with me getting this way, man. It's I love it, man. They do it the right way here.
How's the young family? What grades are we in? Or give us the update, because when you get home, it's not like you're kicking your feet up. It's playtime.
Yeah. So my daughter, she's in the first grade now, so she's crushing it. Got an agenda, so she thinks she knows everything.
Totally.
And my son's 3, but man, he wants to go to school so bad. He's at these daycares and he's getting in trouble for tackling kids. He's a nut, man. He fights and tackles. Anytime you come to the house, you got 4 seconds, and he's going to tell you, hey, take your shirt off.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Heavyweight belt tonight.
Crazy. But we're going into uncharted territories. I grew up in Vancouver pretty much, but I never got to step on the ice. He's starting hockey here in October next month. So we'll see how that goes, man. He's got all of our whole block, all the Regina Pats, and, the Billets are all kind of in our area, and all the kids are playing, and he's pumped, man. He's pumped to get going, but all he wants to do is hit. So I don't know how
He'll be okay. That's gonna work
well, we'll see. But it's getting softer. I don't know the skill position. I'm not sure he's going to have all that, but we'll see. He's going to lay some hits, no doubt.
Well over skill, Mace.
Heart and soul guy.
Yeah.
Heart and soul guy.
Big time.
Stampeders have got the BC Lions this week here at home. Can you give us a little bit of a preview? What do you expect out of this one?
Yeah, no, interesting. I'm not certain, but I think this might be the first time maybe VA's getting a chance to go versus old team. I could be incorrect about that, but Rourke's kind of finding his own, getting comfortable with Buck Pierce over there and their offense. Tall task. Calgary's defense is incredible. Their offense is, really well balanced. VA can attack you through the air. He's got, monsters as receivers. He can just toss it up there, and they got an excellent run game. It's gonna be a good game, man. I'm excited to see. Obviously, cheering for BC just to keep the Stamps a little bit away from us, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, though. It'll be a good game.
Cut his mic, Jack.
That was going so well. Yeah. Has the snow started flying? Is it minus 20 there yet, or what?
Man, it's in and out. It was hot. It was like 30 2 days ago or something like that. The kids were at the neighbor's pool ripping around, and then yesterday and today it's sweater weather. So the leaves has turned. It's definitely feeling like we're moving in the fall here, but no snow. I'm hoping usually around Halloween, which puts us right after the season. So we'll see. I don't know, man, but I wouldn't be shocked if it starts falling this afternoon.
Playoffs are nearby. It's got to be coming at some point here.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say, but we're happy to see you doing well to a certain extent out there. But we always knew it. Once you got in there, you'd be a success. And Grey Cups, you got 3 of those, right?
Yeah, 3 of those, and hopefully, bringing a 5th one here to the organization, because they've got 4 in their entire history, which is mind-boggling, and that bugs me. So we'll see.
Fix that.
Settle down, Mace.
Go fix it.
You got work to do.
Yeah, be good. We miss you, pal. You're one of the best. Be good.
Much love, boys. Appreciate you.
Hey, buddies. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.